Hi, we're Lewis and Shelley, and in April 2022 we quit our jobs to travel the world. We began our adventures in the UK, touring around in a camper van, but now we're about to embark on our biggest adventure yet, where we'll be interrailing Europe for 80 days. Just absolutely mental there.
We don't have a plan on where we're going, but then again we never do. We've booked a 3-month global Interrail pass and are hoping for a summer of cities, beaches, lakes and lots of hidden gems in between, all whilst being on a shoestring budget.
Join us as we document our entire adventure and see where our Interrail journey takes us this summer. Hello and good morning. As you can probably tell already by how flustered I look, it's a very hot morning and it's going to be even hotter today. It's going to go up to 36 degrees today. So I'm just about to head on out from our Airbnb. I just want to do a little room tour before we head on out.
I know we've messed it up a little bit.
Messed what up?
The room.
Oh yeah.
It's not as tidy as when we got in here.
So this is our bed for the night. Nice and comfy. It was a bit warm in here though. We opened all the windows, but not to much avail. Have like a little breakfast area, and then we have our own little bathroom and shower room, which is cool. Good value actually. Nice to have a little bit of privacy for a night. But we've got another couple of nights of Airbnbs, so a bit of time to ourselves, which isn't a bad thing. So we're just on the way to the bus stop now. It should take us about 20 minutes to get to Versailles from here. I feel it's still a bit under the weather today, probably a bit worse than yesterday. And it's not ideal it being this hot, but had some painkillers. So hopefully I should be okay, but
Hopefully the palace will distract you.
yeah, I hope so too. The bus literally drops you right at the palace, which is useful actually. A couple of minutes walk now and we'll be at the palace gates. So we made it inside. I'm pretty much melting.
We are literally dripping.
Feel like a polar bear in Europe. We've got our maps, so we're going to follow that around. Included within the ticket price you get audio tours, so we're going to go pick our headset and things up now. Our little phone thing where you key in the numbers, the audio tool. At the moment it doesn't sound like the guy's trying to be a comedian, talk about random stuff. It sounds more informative than the Gravenstein Castle, so we'll see. Been through a lot of rooms with just audio tours and a lot of portraits, so just to summarise, the castle was built by Louis XIV, and from then on it was just kind of developed by the consecutive kings of France. Initially it was set up as like a government building, so Louis XIV posted all of his government duties there. The castle just kind of got bigger and bigger because they wanted to make sure that it was the best palace in Europe, and I'm pretty sure it probably is with the scale of the place. In the French Revolution, the castle just became a museum by Louis Philippe in the 19th century. I feel like if you did do all of the audio tours, you'd probably be here for about 2 days, so we did skip quite a few of them, and we've got a lot to do today. So this portrait ceiling took about 3 years to make, and at the time it was the biggest in the world. This is the Hall of Mirrors. It has 311 mirrors in it, basically to try and get people to look at themselves and look at their own beauty. Anyway, I don't think I'll be looking too much in the mirror because it's not good for you, is it? It's especially not when you look like that. So this is the Queen's bedroom. There's like secret doors in the wall where Marie Antoinette actually escaped from the French Revolution. It's quite interesting. This is a room which celebrates all of France's victories in military battles. What I just filmed was the self-coronation of Napoleon. Like, he did it in front of the Pope, but became the Emperor of France himself. We've just walked through to the gardens. So the ticket that we've got is called the Passport, which gives you access to the gardens, the chateau or palace, and the Trianon estate. It would have been free if the UK was still in the EU, as we're 25 and under, but as we're not, we had to pay, I think, 25 euros each or something like that. So, but it's pretty cool here anyway. Got the map out for the gardens, and it does say the suggested walks. There's a morning walk which takes an hour and a half, or an afternoon walk which takes 2.5 hours. So I don't think we'll be spending that long in the sun, but maybe.
I'm just looking for the nearest snacks.
Yeah, nearest snacks possible is good for us. If you don't fancy walking around the whole of the palace grounds, you can hire out electric like golf caddies to like $6.50 for 15 minutes or over 30 euros for an hour, or you can get like a mini train which only stops at certain places, so you won't be able to go and see the gardens properly, but you can get to the Trianon estate on the train. So on the map that we've been given, it basically gives you like a list of must-see fountains, so we're basically just going to go to those. But I imagine it's still going to be a lot of walking either way. 10,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town. I don't think I've ever seen a place so vast in my life, considering it's just space. Originally the castle was brought here because the king used to hunt here. We just walked down to Neptune Fountain to see our first fountain show. Don't want to get too close to film because I'm getting splashed just from being this far away, so don't want to ruin the camera. It is quite refreshing though, you're going to get a nice little bit of spray, and it's actually really cool to watch. So we're in a bit of a disaster scenario. So as we were eating, we were looking at ways to get to Rennes tonight, and all the trains from Versailles back to Paris are miraculously not in the pass network for Interrail on this particular day, which is just absolute a joke really.
And
because
takes over an hour, bearing in mind it took 14 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, so it's a complete joke and I'm not happy at all. So trying to find alternate ways of getting to Rennes, but we're not sure how yet because it's just a mess.
There's ways, it's just they all require like seat reservations of like 24 euros per person.
Yeah, so basically it's a bit of a con when you do Interrail in France because half of the trains aren't actually allowed with Interrail. So I think we're going to have to skip the Trianon estate because we haven't really got time because we need to sort.
We've done half the gardens or the palace either.
Yeah, we haven't done like barely any of the gardens it seems, but
What we've seen has been really nice.
yeah, it's been really nice, but it just feels like it's ruined our day now because we don't know how we're going to get to Rennes. So we've been back to the room, picked up our stuff again, and we're on the move, but we wish we weren't. We were staying another night, I think. It's just moving too fast at the moment. I need to slow down a bit. So after a bit of a mad rush, we made it to the train. Yeah. Yeah, it cost €10 each. I think we're getting the hang of the reservations because I think you can just do it at the machines at the train stations. The Interrail website doesn't let you reserve for some silly reason. It just doesn't seem to work, so. But we've got 2 hours on this train, and then we're going to change at Le Mans and then go to Rennes. It's basically just been non-stop since we left Bruges. So what day was it that we left Bruges now? Was it like on like?
Wednesday.
So we left on Wednesday, and it's now Saturday. Yeah, Lille, Paris and Versailles, a night in each. And we're just a bit burnt out now. Just want to, I think, a day off. I mean, we've only been like away from home for just over a week, but we've just been non-stop. We haven't had like a chilled day at all, so it does take its toll eventually. It's been on the train for about an hour now. Had a bit of time to reflect. Moving forward, we will probably go at a bit of a slower pace, just to enjoy the trip a little bit more than we have been. That's not to say that we haven't been enjoying it so far, it's just you can't really take it all in.
Also realised that Lewis needs to watch Emily in Paris.
I'm not watching Emily in Paris. Just not happening. Just to give a bit more context as to the situation that we were in at Versailles. So basically the original plan was to get a train from Versailles back to the centre of Paris and get a train direct to Rennes from there. But when we looked at the train times, all of the trains were outside of the Interrail network, which is a bit strange because you could still get a train to Versailles from Paris, but not a train back. So even if you're on a day trip to Versailles, you'd have been pretty screwed. I think maybe because it's the weekend or something that they might have reduced services on certain trains and certain lines, but we didn't really know that at the time, so it's kind of messed us about a bit. But anyway, we move. Shelley's still eating a Too Good To Go pastries from yesterday. So we've got things to keep us going. So we made it to Le Mans, and we were getting a bit stressed because as we were pulling into the train station, our next train was meant to be at 7:34 and we only pulled in at 7:31. But luckily, I don't know what's going on, but there's actually a 25-minute delay, so we've ended up in quite a good situation. I think someone's looking out for us somewhere, I don't know where. So we made it to Rennes, which makes... Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, I was about to say, it might sound like a bit of a random place to be coming on your Interrail trip. Well, you'd probably be right, but our thought behind it was that we were going to go to Mont Saint-Michel tomorrow, which, to be honest, it's proving to be a bit troublesome because the train times are a bit rubbish for it. So we've been trying to scour the internet, thinking of ways to get there. Even thought about either renting a car or carpooling with people. It got to that point of desperation. But in the end, we realised that you can actually get a coach from the coach station in Rennes.
But we've got to pay €20.
Yeah, but we've got to pay €20, so unfortunately that's not covered on the Interrail pass.
And it's cost us €10 to get here with a reservation.
Yeah.
So €30 each.
Yeah, so, but we've made it, so that's the main thing. But we probably won't even have enough time to actually look around Rennes because we'll try and make time. But it's actually quite cool here now, which is good. have made it.
10 to 10.
And there's the toilet. So after just over 4 hours, we finally made it. One thing we haven't done yet is eating anything, so I think we're going to try and find the nearest McDonald's or other fast food restaurant and stuff our faces. So we made it back to the Airbnb, had a quick bite to eat. It wasn't nothing huge, just because it's quite late anyway, so gonna hit the hay in a bit. Tomorrow, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be getting the coach to Mont Saint Michel from Rennes bus station. It should take us about an hour to get there, I think. But yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.